Guys, so today down the road, you're seeing that white building there. That's the vice presidential residence. Yeah, the VP's residence. So we are around the Aso Villa. Okay, on my right is, I can't take my camera to the right because it is NSA. That is the National Security Advisor. Okay, that's the complex on my right. If you step a bit further, you will see OSG, that's the Office of the Secretary of the Federation. Okay, so today what are we talking about? I think it's good to talk about this topic here, especially when we are around the Secretary to the federal government, and it is about the minimum wage. 25 states have announced or have implemented the new minimum wage of 70,000 naira. While we have seven states that have been quiet about it, they've not implemented, they've not announced that they will pay this money. What are these states? Or which states are these? I'm talking about Zamfara State, Sokoto State, Taraba State, Plateau State, Cross River State, Imo State, and yes, the final is not a state, but it is the FCT, on which the grant I am currently. So the question is, why haven't they at least announced before when I start talking about implementation? You know, Nigeria, announcing is one thing, implementing your promises is another thing. But it's also okay to note that a state like Zamfara just in June started paying 30,000 naira. Yeah. And that brings the question that I need to ask, that former governors like Yari and Matawale, what were they doing? What were they doing? In as much as I still have my issues with the current governor, but back then, what have they been doing? They just from Zamfara just come to Abuja, collect their federal allocation, go back, and just don't find ways to make their people rich, to make the state rich, to have good IGR, internally generated revenue from the states. But after election, they come out to say, I want to become governor. So just imagine to Matawale, I need to point him out. And this is my own point of view. This is my own point of view. Here is the VP's residence, and it was renovated by Julius Berger, as you can see. And this is my own point of view. Guys, can you imagine someone like Matawale wanted to become the president of Nigeria? Imagine somebody like Matawale becoming the president of Nigeria, where you have not developed your state, you have not shown workings, you've not shown that you've elevated them from one level to a higher level. This topic will be so massive, but you know that this video, I try to make it short. Now, out of the states I mentioned, I also have a challenge with Cross River State. Yeah, I'm picking out Cross River State. And why am I saying that? Cross River State was once like Lagos. When it comes to the southern part of Nigeria, it was more like the capital of southern Nigeria. They had the whites coming through there. They developed them until 1960. And we also have to say that someone like Donald Duke played his part and brought the state to some level. But now, Cross River State cannot come shoulder to shoulder to a common state. Yeah, I'll use the word common, like Ebonyi State. Cross River is blessed. Natural resources. They should go to Tanzania and see what they are doing out there. You don't need, you have the water, okay? Even have the water. You have what it takes to be the #1 tourism hub of the country. And with that, you can generate so much wealth. But then, Cross River is wallowing in poverty. The FCT, I do not understand why Wike has not implemented the new minimum wage. Reason, because some workers here in Abuja, only their transport 70k will go in a month. Only their transport. So these are the issues, guys. Here is the VP's residence. You can see how clean it is. You can see, well, it is the villa. And if you notice, I'll come from the engineering point of view, why these blocks are here is because of these poles. They are protecting the poles. Abuja has fine roads that people tend to drive. Some people tend to drive recklessly, and they just be crashing places upon places. So yeah, that's it for today. Up there is Asokoro, okay? That's the rock, that's the Aso Rock out there. So guys, that'll be all for today. I'll see you on the other side. Drop your comments and let's meet again.